Unqualified Opinions Podcast.
You're recording. Is this how we're opening? This is weird. Why are you... We've accepted that no one's listening, haven't we?
I was in a fucking moment there, Gareth.
Jesus Christ.
I wasn't actually I was just actually testing.
Oh no, it's happening now. Introduce us, Badger.
Hi guys, welcome to the episode of Unqualified Opinions Podcast. I am Badger, your host, and just with me, as always, is the magician Martin.
Hello.
And the glittery Gareth.
No,
I know.
No. But I do want to see Martin do a trick now. Apparently, he's a magician.
Yes. Some pure magic just happened. You can't see it.
No, I know the magic behind the trick.
Yeah,
it's ruined.
They don't know. Mine just made a unicorn appear out of his bum.
Yeah. See, all I'm thinking is
it was there all
I'm thinking.
I've been holding that in my ass just for this.
All I'm thinking now is, screw you guys. I'm seeing Penn and Teller tomorrow.
Is that what you're doing tomorrow?
I'm doing that tomorrow. I'm going to go see Penn and Teller tomorrow. It's going to be the best day of my life.
You paid good money.
I have paid an extortionate amount of money.
I think the best trick I ever saw them do was one with the nail gun. You know, it's got all like the nail. Like,
that is my. It's not even a fucking trick. It's a memory game, and it's genius.
Yeah,
fucking brilliant. But yeah, I'm totally seeing them in the Apollo tomorrow.
How much is that?
Too much. Well, we'll find out if it's too much or not after I've seen it.
How much? Well, you stand not standing. Well, you see him.
Yeah, you see. I think it was about £60. Yeah, but the only other way to see him is go to Las Vegas and pay to go to Las Vegas and then pay about $200 to get to their show.
Watch it just on Netflix.
It's not the same. You can't get the magic through a TV.
It's probably the same.
You're wrong.
I mean, TVs are essentially magic.
Yes, they are the most modern form of witchcraft.
Screw you guys. I'm going to go watch Penn Teller.
How do they get the 20 people in the telly? It's so flat.
I will give you £100 if you stand up halfway through the performance and shout, "Witch, burn them," and then proceed to charge at the stage.
See, I would have done it if you didn't say charge at the stage.
Would it be witch, though? Because isn't witch just for ladies?
Warlock, then.
Witchcraft.
Yeah.
Witchcraft can be covered.
Yeah.
Don't take the power away from women. Talking of women, today's episode is mainly going to be about the Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman!
Hooray!
But we'll get back to that in a bit, because, we like to ramble for a long amount of time, but we'll talk about anything important. So has anything got anyone want to bring to the table?
No, let's talk about Wonder Woman.
I've got a tiny bit of game news. E3 this weekend.
Is it happening now?
E3 should be happening about now, yeah.
I've seen a couple of live streams, but obviously nothing started yet, coming up.
So Nintendo got a massive presentation coming up there.
Nintendo Switch 2!
We just brought out another console. Here's another one!
Alright, I'll put money on right now that they're just going to go, here's another Mario Kart, or here's another fucking Smash Bros. No, they won't do Zelda yet.
Won't they?
Yeah, Nintendo have a massive presentation apparently coming up. Also, Shadow of War, which I'm quite looking forward to. I may have mentioned it once.
Have they got gameplay yet?
That's just the game. The alpha footage is called, but also they're putting on their big live thing at E3. But also, it's been pushed back a month or two now, like the release date, because they want to get it all polished up. But they did a lot of games that do that always end up better, like Grand Theft Auto.
Please, can you imagine if Rockstar just came out and just be like, I know we're talking about Red Dead, but here's a trailer for GTA 6.
That'd just be insane.
That'd be amazing if that happened.
I don't think the internet could cope with that.
I think every time E3 comes around, I'm just like, oh, please talk about GTA.
Do you remember Bubsy? He's getting a new game.
No one asked for it.
No one asked for it, but he's getting it.
Who's Bubsy?
Bubsy, Bobcat.
It wasn't that great.
I mean, I'm glad you put in a song format, but I still don't understand.
That was the theme tune.
Okay.
And then he kind of just jumps around, glides around, Vullen balls everywhere. It's pretty tropey. He was kind of a supposedly like in the area of like mascots like Mario and Sonic and all that, and Zool and Cool Spot
and Zool
and all and Riz Star, all the really cool kind of like mascot characters. Yeah, it was kind of like part of that kind of generation of games. And
what's Kirby all about?
Not much. He lived in Dreamland and he was a superstar and he like saved all his friends.
Now we know. Okay, cool. Move on.
By eating people.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a bit fucked up, Kirby.
Yeah, he's really.
There's a dark underlying story with Kirby.
Kirby, you dark!
I will eat you and take your power. Yeah, he eats the hearts of his enemies. Games for Papa.
My big gaming question is, why did Mario pick up a leaf and become a raccoon?
What?
When he picked
Pick up a leaf and became a raccoon.
Why did he grow big with it? A mushroom. You know, none of this
He's
makes
just
sense.
tripping balls,
Why
mate.
could he
Eating your vegetables,
Why
mate.
could he spit fire once he had a flower in him?
He's a
A fire
well-known
flower.
fire performer.
So,
God.
no. Shut up.
I mean,
Just accept it.
Mate, if we're going to start being annoyed,
Why
John,
would
we're
a
pulling
hedgehog-
logic into...
Why would a hedgehog collect rings?
because he's got
Because bling,
weird
yo.
addiction to rings. I
Well-
don't know.
All Sonic wants to do is gotta go fast.
No, he's a player, mate. He's got to have that bling bling.
Also, where do you keep all the rings?
Whap his bum.
I mean, they were quite large. They were about
They
as big
were,
as his head.
Yeah.
at least the size of him.
They're like those hemorrhoid rings, really, I guess.
Yeah, maybe he had wicked piles.
Yeah.
Wicked.
We're sitting on gold's not going to help.
He didn't know that. He's a fucking hedgehog.
It's a hedgehog who wears shoes. This argument's invalid.
The new poster for the new Star Wars film came out.
Oh, was it? I haven't seen
And the
that.
release date.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, the release date is the.
I don't even like Star Wars.
Yeah.
You do, though, yeah.
Should.
You do.
Should.
You hate to say it, but you do.
Yeah,
Well,
not Rogue One, the one before it.
Force Awakens.
That was pretty good.
You're going to like this new one then, aren't you?
Went to.
Probably, yeah.
Since we last recorded, I went to the Disneyland Paris. I went on the Star Tours ride, and it's like you go,
Is it an updated Star Tours ride, or is it the one from
yeah,
fucking
it's updated.
like original
No,
saga?
the original one. This is the adventure continues. So
Okay.
it's like new scenes and they kind of rejigged it out, so it's got like C-3PO and stuff. And there's a bit where like you crash underwater, so you go into I don't know what the underwater part's called, but it's part of the boo.
Where the Gungans live.
Yeah, where the
Because
Gungans live.
we definitely need more
And
Gungans.
like I was on the ride, and it crashed in the water.
Because Boss Nass and Jar Jar Binks were integral parts of
Yeah.
the Star Wars story.
Very
Did you just sit down and just went like, "This is your guide"? These are Jar Jar Binks. Oh God!
Get me off!
Get me off!
It crashed under this water. Like it's like obviously like a simulator, but like it crashed under the water, and like you kind of swim around the water bit, and it goes over this cliff, and you just see this Gungan. It's possibly Jar Jar Binks. And you just see him waving, and like everyone's like enjoying the ride, and just hear me go visit and go, "Oh no! Why? Hollywood, we're going home."
Oh, what's my
Great ride though.
Still better than that stupid robot in Rogue One.
I love that robot.
No, better than Jar
It's done
Jar.
by fucking Andy Tudyk. It's fucking great.
Anyway, let's leave Star Wars out of this for a second.
Yeah, but Star Wars the last
What's the release date of that now?
14th of December, I believe.
In time for Christmas.
Yep. That'll be our next podcast. Nothing going on in between now and then.
Spider-Man.
Nah, nothing going on.
Thor Ragnarok.
No one's asking for any more Thor films.
I know.
Well, apparently they are.
Ragnarok's great. It's directed by the guy who did We Live in the Shadows, What We Do in the Shadows. So.
Yeah, I think we talked about this last time, but it really did surprise me when I found
It's
that
got
out.
Jeff Goldblum in it.
That's kind of not even like slightly going to be the same anyway. That's like saying someone who's really, really good at making pasta
It's going to make Star Wars.
suddenly decides he's going to cook meth. It's not quite
No,
well.
no, no, I
I'll
don't
tell
think
you
that's a
what,
good
meth
comparison.
It's got translatable skills.
I think meth is
Boil?
always unrelatable, regardless. I mean, you can get probably really good meth, but I think more meth is quite popular. I mean, I wouldn't know,
More
but
popular
do you have any?
Where are we going? Where are we going with this?
Anyway, we were talking about something else.
Star Wars.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how.
Is there anything else, like, is anyone expecting, is Microsoft going to release anything? Like, have they got A&S for E3?
In-game news.
That's pretty much all
the
I
only
really
other,
care
the only
about at
other
the
really,
moment is Microsoft.
yeah, the only other really big thing that I know recently is Overwatch. Blizzard are overhauling the Overwatch competitive system, so people who continually leave competitive matches are going to get banned.
Oh.
To stop that culture. When they start losing game, people just leave, and that penalises your team. That
Okay.
penalises the team that the person left, because now it's 5 against 6. So they're going to get.
See, I've never played competitive. I know my place.
Oh, it's an absolute fury of butthurt people.
Is there going to be a time when we're not talking about Overwatch?
No! To be fair, when we first started talking about it, I didn't even play it. Now I do play it. I understand it, and it is consistently good.
It's been out for a year.
I know, and it's
I
quite...
know, speaking of which, it's the anniversary event at the minute. Double XP weekend.
Get me some loot boxes, bitch.
Loot boxes! Loot boxes life, loot boxes low. Shut up, Fallout 4.
You don't understand it. Like, if you can get into it, you just realise instantly it's like they've done a brilliant thing right now.
I know. I'm not saying it's not a great game. I'm just
Not for you.
It's just another online play where you shoot other people up game with random strangers who are normally 10-year-old Asian kids, which is fine, but it's got its sell by date. I think probably.
Right, racist.
It's not racist. A lot of them.
Well, look,
Okay. I'll make it more equal. It'd be
you say it's got
Asian kids
sell.
or fat American kids. Is that better?
You say it's got sell by date.
I am the fattest.
You say it's got sell by date, but games like that tend to stand the test of time. If you're looking at things like League of Legends, CS:GO, Team Fortress 2, Dota, things like that, games like these quick multiplayer games.
Yeah, I mean by sell date, I mean until the next hot fad comes along.
But people still play like the
still play
big
it.
ones. Like people still play the original StarCraft.
I was fuck yeah. That's what I was just going to talk about. If you talk about
why?
Blizzard, people are still playing World of Warcraft.
Because the
And
original,
World 3.
Yeah.
original StarCraft is fucking great.
Yeah, it is. Next question.
I mean, I play it like by myself. I never play with anybody.
Never play it online. You will literally, you know how
You
good
will hate your life.
you are at that game. You will log on and just get your shit pushed in. That's all that can happen.
Also, when I play, I just cheat the fuck out of it, just so I can build a massive Zerg army.
Oh, what's it called? That cheat code for that game now?
Power Overwhelming's one.
IC.
Black Sheep Wall.
UP?
No. Oh, something about a C anyway.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that game, it's like instant build time.
Show me the money. That's another one.
Show me the money.
I mean, as a kid, I was always more of a fan of Red Alert 2.
See, I never got it. Well, but I'd never got in any of these sort of strategy-based games.
After Red Alert 2.
Red Alert 3.
Was it like
Code
Code Red?
Generals.
The
Wasn't it?
Soviet one.
Was there a Code Red?
3.
I swear there's one called Code Red. I might make that up.
Maybe.
Pass.
Never mind.
There was
Well, we're not
Generals.
called unqualified for anything.
There was Command and Conquer Generals. That was terrible.
There was one that's like really Soviet based.
That was Red Alert 2.
No.
And then
I
there's
think-
Yuri's Revenge, which was the expansion.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It must be that one. I think. Well, the Tesla coils in the robot guy face.
Robot guy
That's
face.
literally like from Red Alert 1, Red Alert 2, and Yuri's
You name a
Revenge.
bad guy from fucking Red Alert then.
No.
Yuri?
No, you can only remember fucking Nod from Command and Conquer.
I can take.
shittest.
I can rip into. I can rip into you without knowing anything. That's what I'm here for.
Remember, you have to harvest Tiberium. That's about it.
Yeah.
Because they named the
And you
game.
can stand your little cyborgs in and they got healed from Tiberium. Yeah, Command and
Good
Conquer.
times.
Cool stuff.
Good
Renegade, that was a Command and Conquer game. Do you remember that
Really?
one? It was
No.
a first person shooter. It was terrible.
I think the last Command and Conquer I played was on the PS1.
Okay, well, that would have been Red Alert. Or Retaliation.
PS1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the cover. It was just a Command and Conquer had like a dude's face behind
With a
it.
green.
Yeah, the green goggles. Yeah.
All the covers.
That was Retaliation.
Right, that's the only one I played.
You can't play a game like that on a console well.
No, strategy games are terrible on console.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's like platform games are terrible with keyboard and mouse.
Yes. That's why you never sometimes why you want to play like Batman Arkham City on fucking PC. What's the point?
Yeah, because it's a platform game.
I mean, you can always plug in a controller.
I understand it is a platform game, but I wouldn't say it's a platform game because in my head a platform game is like Mario.
That's what I see.
Which
I
is
see
jumping
whenever
on
someone says
platforms.
platform, I instantly think side scrolling. I see that as the generic platform.
Side scroll
Yeah,
is
you
like a
get
fight, like a golden axe.
But then you got to look at things like Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario
Yes.
64. They were Crash Bandicoot to an extent.
Yeah,
was
no, I agree with that. Yeah.
a 2.5D platform.
How far do you think we're off a new Crash Bandicoot?
It's coming out.
Is it coming out? Oh, they're doing it.
No, not a new
Well,
one.
they're already doing. Well, they're redoing the
Yeah,
original.
they're doing a reboot.
It's fucking the same thing.
No, it's not.
It fucking
Hang on,
is.
wait.
fucking not.
When you say a reboot, you mean...
It's nostalgia pandering to the
Making
highest
something
fucking degree.
HD doesn't mean it's a whole new game.
Yes. No. What?
Well, they'll probably put something in there.
Anyway. What? Yeah. Is that any more gaming stuff?
That's pretty much it for me.
Really tangent that.
On a quick gaming note, so pretty much what I'm playing at the moment is Injustice 2. Because I love DC and I love beating fools.
I just want to find out how really out.
Oh, you mean-
podcasting?
You mean massive transition screen between punching someone through a wall too?
I must admit, those specials get fucking repetitive. If you played as Batman and he's got a long ass winded thing where he gets the X-Wing and pulls him up and then drops him down, you feel like it takes forever if you keep doing it.
He gets an X-wing.
Yeah, he like hooks him by the leg, like
And an
shoots-
X-wing.
Not a fucking X-Wing.
Does the penguin have
You're
a
looking at me and I realise what it fucking
Does the
does.
penguin have a TIE fighter?
Oh Jesus!
Darth Joker.
What should we call it, the Batwing?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah,
call
look,
it.
you
That's
know-
a good name for his.
It might catch
That's
on.
a good name.
Yeah, you know what? I
You know,
think.
what would he call his car? The Bat Car? Maybe?
I know he's quite mobile.
I thought-
Is it quite mobile?
Isn't the car called
Maybe
an
the
AT-AT?
It could be an AT-AT.
God damn it. Batwing, right? He just grabs him, throws him up in the air. It takes fucking ages. I actually, this game is great. It's got quite a cool little story mode as well. I feel like the DC universe ties in quite nicely. Really fun. I love the Joker. I love playing as Joker in the first Injustice. I love playing as the Joker. The Joker out of this one,
Shit.
it's fucking shit. Oh, and he looks like Jared Leto's bastard child. It looks awful.
Every time I play a fighting game, I will play it for a little while, and then I immediately put Mortal Kombat 10 back in and play a decent fighting game.
To be fair, playing this has made me want to buy more Kombat.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, have you been playing or seeing any of Tekken?
No.
I've seen a bit of it. I don't like Tekken.
Oh, I love Tekken 3. That's it. This is what I was going to say. Like, so the new one looks brilliant, but because they've taken it quite far back now, like back to sort of its roots in a way, it just made me go, this looks great. I really want to get my PS1 out and play Tekken 3.
You want to buy this new Tekken? No, I want to get the old Tekken out.
Like a time machine go back to the 90s where it's relevant. And that's a good game.
And I had my youth.
That's what my youth had, guys. The movies and the games aren't doing it anymore.
I want to watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and laugh at the first time I ever watched it.
Carlton, do the dance. What was I saying then? Go.
Do the dance.
They can't see me do the dance.
We can, though.
No.
Do the dance.
No.
Do it.
I don't know what it
You
is.
can edit it in later.
It's not
It's a GIF.
unusual.
I've already become a GIF.
You've already been a GIF, yeah. We need to properly like tag that up on Giphy so we can actually just type it in and find it.
Giphy? What the fuck is Giphy?
Where you get like GIFs from.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't send GIFs really though, do you?
I've become.
You sent me a gift,
yeah,
yeah.
I've gift.
Oh.
I have
a
GIF.
very good GIF. There's a good GIF.
Not as good as the GIFs I send.
No. Not got a strong GIF game.
GIF game is weak.
GIF game's weak, bro.
It's not. Fuck off,
Bro, do you even GIF?
Ball bags.
Oh, we're having a massive GIF off later.
Sweet.
That sounds really
wrong.
weirdly sexual for some
Yeah,
reason.
GIF all over the place.
Space full of GIFs.
So, yeah. Wonder Woman, maybe, or anything else?
You mentioned about Venom.
Yeah. Tom Hardy's Venom.
Oh, fucking shoot me. Fucking Venom. He doesn't need a film.
Venom is fucking.
Well, yeah, so
Venom definitely needs film.
I don't know what
He needs a good one if you're going to do it. If you're going to do it, they've got to do it
Tom
right.
Hardy's him. And he's pretty good.
Oh, because he did a really good job of Bane.
Yeah, he did. Well, fuck off. No, fuck off.
You went as him for Halloween.
Yeah, motherfucker, you dressed up as him. Shut your fucking face.
I went as the only Bane I couldn't fucking do. Because, like, my favourite Bane's the
I'm sorry, you could do
Bane.
that over just like
No.
the previous one where you could just
I
wear a
gave him-
wrestling mask.
I gave him the Venom.
Yeah, this is the easy one with the voice
is the easy
fucking
one.
fucker upper and the big fucking sheep coat.
Yeah, because you can buy a fucking bodysuit that makes you look muscly.
You're a cock.
I am a cock. No, he was fine. He wasn't great, was he? Let's be honest.
Pretty good film, though.
He was fucking great.
It was the weakest out of that.
For about a year,
Yeah.
everyone was like acting as doing the voice. He was incredibly recognisable. He did a really good job of looking like a genuine threat to Batman. Just a gnarly dude who can fuck people up and had control and had smarts. Fuck you, he's really good Bane.
Well, same time. Sorry. Stupid voice though. You sound like a really bad Sean Connery impression.
People kept doing it though, didn't they?
Hey. What time does Sean Connery get to Wimbledon?
What?
Juddish.
Boom.
People are doing that Bane voice.
This podcast is so full of jokes.
I quite like the Bane voice though. It made you listen to him.
Brr.
I mean, it sounds good and bad, but it was quite hard to sort of distinct. It's quite, you have to listen to him to realise what he's saying, which made it even more poignant. Because you have to make sure you listen to every word he said.
To understand what he
It
said.
is one of them things though where sometimes when you're on your own and like, you know, you've got a cut or like a rather large mug or something, no one's looking around, you will just start talking to yourself in the Bane voice.
I was born in a dog.
I think sometimes like you adapt that quote
to everything else.
to everything
Yeah.
else. I think like someone, my mate texted me the day about going to like an emo night and said something like, "Ah, are you thinking of you like part of the emo. I was born in the emo.
Shaped by it, murdered by it.
And then when you're there and everyone's having a bit of a sing-along, it's like, what a beautiful singing voice.
I didn't remove my mascara.
I'm not okay.
I just about to say that. That was like my go-to emo. I'm not okay, and you beat me to it.
It's the go-to emo song, obviously. Because that's what emos are all
But,
about.
but the end, he has been cast as Venom. I don't know if it's going to be a movie on its own. Don't know if it's going to be a pop-up in the new Spider-Man or Avengers. If Tom Hardy's playing him, I think he is a good casting situation. I think I'm happy with that. I'm not sure.
I'll keep an open mind about it for now.
I think it'd be weird, like, they're saying...
But they've
like,
already fucked up one of my favourite Marvel. He's like one of my favourite Marvel characters, Venom.
You just Spider-Man 3 and you just
the guy
like, no.
from, what do you mean, the third one with the guy from that 70s show?
Oh, literally, I've never wanted to set a cinema on fire.
Did you not like that film though when you saw him just as Venom, just how he looked?
No, he wasn't big enough. He wasn't hench enough.
See, I guess he was a bit of a black carnage. He was quite scrawny, wasn't he? But I don't know, it's all fucking cool, man. It's Venom. You can't not look cool.
You know what I did in the third one? They tried to do Venom, but like just kind of mesh Carnage into Venom a bit. Waste of time.
Well, then at the end they alluded to Carnage being...
Also, like, that third one as well, Spider-Man, like, they had, like, the first one was Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Strong Spider-Man villain.
Strong Spider-Man villain.
Second one, Doc
Doc
Ock.
The best out of the trilogy.
The second one.
Yeah, definitely.
definitely.
Doc's Ock, but-
I mean, the ending's a bit, yeah. But
How did that one
When
end?
it's where Doc Ock changes his mind. He like grabs that weird space thing.
Suddenly,
Yeah,
suddenly Raffles control from his little paranoid
Yeah.
little tentacle pecs, and then suddenly goes, "Oh, I might have made a bit of a boob here."
By killing loads of people.
And then the third one
And
is
robbing
right.
a bank and nearly killing loads of people on that train. And
having this weird ball cut.
so much property
And then
damage.
third we've got what? Sandman, Goblin Part 2, and Venom.
Yeah, but the thing, like, the third one's like, the thing is, like, Spider-Man's not got a great rogue gallery, but he's got a couple of good ones.
They could have literally ran the entire third film just on Sandman.
No, why would you do that? Because Sandman's a terrible choice.
Did not need either.
They could have done Mysterio, they could have done Vulture.
No, they can't do Mysterio. They
Why?
can't. You can't do a
Mysterio's
serious.
great.
They can't try and make a mysterious.
The
You
reptiles.
can't make a genuine fucking Spider-Man film and then just have a dude with a fucking fishbowl in his head.
No, they don't have to be a fishbowl, does it? It could be. They could, you know.
I just don't know how you can make him into a real threat. You can't look at him and not think
considering how close like Green Goblin was to the original format, and considering how close Doctor Octopus was to the original format, I'd have to side with Gaz on this and say Mysterio would be incredible.
I just can't. It's
Oh yeah, but then you say that, but then look at what they did with Venom.
Scorpion, that's who they should have
Yeah,
fucking done.
Scorpions as well.
Oh, you fucking
they could
forgot
have-
the Scorpion.
All the
Yeah.
robots. They got the guy who did the like the spider robots and stuff. You could have got Kingpin,
But no, but also Rhino.
Morpheus.
I always saw Rhino as being one of the biggest sort of Spider-Man villains because he's one of the ones I remember mostly from also the animated series. Now, if Rhino got given more time and even Paul Giamatti's Rhino in a fucking main villain bit, sweet, I'm cool with that. Give me Rhino. Like.
But right again, that's going to be whatever because we actually saw Rhino and he literally just was like a tank.
Yeah, but that comes down to writing though, and how you put him into the fucking film.
Yeah, I think Vulture's the best choice.
I was saying this to Badger
Hobgoblin
earlier.
would have been going on as well.
They already did Hobgoblin.
No, they didn't.
Thought they did.
No.
I thought
They had
You had Green Goblin Mark II.
yeah, yeah,
isn't that just
that's Screen Goblin.
Lizard was fucking well good in the Amazing.
Yeah, he was
Right.
great. Really like it. Rhys Ifans fucking killing it.
What's that mean? So that's saying that when they rebooted it with the Amazing Spider-Man, they used the Lizard. And that's fine. So why did they just not do that in the film?
Why are you saying? By the way, why did you say that Spider-Man's got a terrible rogue gallery? You got a belt in one.
He has, yeah.
No, he has about-
the more we talk about it, we're like,
No.
oh, that's great. Oh, I love that guy. Oh,
Talking about, like, he's actually quite an awesome villain. Why?
also, like,
No,
when
but
we brought...
there's 5 good ones, which you've said, and then there's like about 10 shit ones.
Oh, let's talk
Just
about
don't
Batman.
use a shit.
Let's talk about fucking the Mad Hatter.
Crazy Quilt!
Yes, let's talk
Condiment
about
King!
So,
Condiment King was a throwaway villain for the animated.
Still a fucking villain.
hell no.
I watched watching some Justice League cartoons the other day after watching Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great show. The animated series Justice League.
Never seen it.
Never watched it.
Never watched it.
I'm still wanting the good Green Lantern movie. That's what I need.
Well, a Green Lantern's coming. Whether it's going to be good or not, it's a different matter, but one is coming.
There's this bit in the, you ever watched the Justice League cartoon?
A couple of them, not many.
When I watched this one the other day where like, they mess around with this, I can't remember, I think it's got Kronos, this like time travelling villain, and he's fucking up the timeline. And you got John, is he called John?
Son?
The,
Jon Snow.
No, the
Jon
Green
Stewart.
Lantern. Jon Stewart.
No, that's the guy.
It's called, I don't know, what's the Green Lantern called?
Hal Jordan.
No, the other one.
Ryan Reynolds?
You got Hal Jordan.
Jesus.
It's called John something.
Oh, fucking carry on. The African American chap.
Yeah, the African American one. I can't remember his name. I'm apologising. But like, because he's fucked up time, like time change all the time, and literally like, he walks in the room and then just like time just shifts. It just changed to Hal Jordan, and he just goes, "Yeah, time's fucked. Don't worry about it."
Wait, that's what you said. Time's
well,
fucked.
yeah, that's what I hear.
Are you paraphrasing?
Paraphrasing slightly. I just enjoyed it. Anyway.
I'd be watching that show if it's just a character turns out and goes, "Yeah, that is Flashpoint, mate. Fucked it."
If you enjoyed the Batman animated series, watch the fucking Justice animated. It's fucking great.
I've just, I told you YouTube before I started watching a bit more anime.
Yeah.
And I watched Hellsing for the first couple of episodes of that, and I really enjoyed that. Like a vampire in Britain fighting another vampire in another like.
Hugh Jackman's mint in that.
Yeah, he could well be in it. I wouldn't be able to tell you, to be honest, but that's.
Do you never watch Van Helsing?
The shift in tone though is Van Helsing. Yeah, of course I've seen that. I want to live. Fuck off. That was a fucking awful.
Like
terrible.
Like the new Mummy film's going to be terrible.
Almost
For
watched
some
that
reason,
today.
when I was on my way to the cinema to watch Wonder Woman, everyone kept saying to me, I was like, I'm going to cinema tonight, and they're going, are you going watching The Mummy? And it's like, no!
But you got to think about it from sort of a less geeky perspective. The Mummy is a big action film with a big action hero in it, Tom Cruise, who draws a lot of people, and The Mummy is a thing which pretty much everyone has heard of. So
yeah, a lot of people won't
makes
realise
sense that people think that's the film you're going to see.
Yeah, a lot of people won't realise it's not. It's separate. It's not related to the original.
I love Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, it's not related to it, is it? It's separate.
Not at all.
So people will go, "Oh, there's remade that classic film from the 90s that I enjoyed."
Yeah, not the classic Bram Stoker.
Yeah, it does not look good. I'm not got time for it at all.
I'll watch it eventually, but yeah.
When it's on the Netflix, I might watch it.
When I found it in the bargain bin DVD section.
I think this summer is pretty weak for like films. I think because like the Mummy's coming out is pretty weak. No, but I mean like outside the comic book films, because like a lot of the comic book films come out like out either side of summer. Like Spider-Man's just pushing into it.
Well, I mean, we've had Alien. We've
I've still not seen that.
No, me neither, mate. I was planning on watching it today, but I feel like I've missed a trick here because like it's one showing in the cinema near us at the moment.
Yeah, it's been out.
One showing a day. I did not know it fucking died that quick.
Is it in the daytime so I don't get scared?
Nighttime, it's like fucking 8 o'clock in the
I
night.
think it came out in May. Came out before Guardians, didn't it?
See, I did not know that. I think I was caught up in Guardians. I've completely missed this.
I mean, that might be a reflection of how popular it was at the cinema because maybe it didn't get like a massive. If it's only on one showing now at your local cinema, maybe it's not done very well. So they're dragging out. Also, they're getting all like because say Mummy's just come out.
But you got Mummy, you got Pirates, you got King Arthur as well.
Yeah,
which people have shit on King Arthur. I think that looks brilliant. I really want to see that. The Guy Ritchie King Arthur film. I think it looks great.
I watched the new Pirates film.
Yeah.
Oh,
go on.
It was really good.
Just like really good, or you got through it?
No, like really good. Like I really enjoyed it. It was back to the format of the original Pirates film, which is the best one. Which is why I liked the fourth film. Controversial choice. I know the third one was definitely the weakest out of a lot of them. But it was back to that singular adventure, that beginning premise thing that happens, and then adventure. And
with skeletons.
Pretty much undead again, that's what it is. But they can run over. They all look like they're drowning. The main bad guy looks like he's drowning all the time, so his hair's all like flopping about. Really cool. And the bad guys can like run on water and things like that.
I've seen a trailer. I've seen that bit. That looks
sharks.
Cool. Did you say zombie sharks?
Yeah, they have like undead sharks that swim
that
water
sounds
after people, and it's really cool. And the ship kind of like does this weird thing where it kind of like rises out of the water like a big sea beast that just eats other ships.
Oh.
See, like we almost went to the cinema today with my girlfriend, and we watched the trailer for The Mummy and watched the trailer for Pirates. And by trailer, we were like, I guess we'll see The Mummy. And then we decided that let's just not see either.
Pirates does that usual thing as well, where it injects like massive amounts of humour in like short sections, which is good, I suppose. But there are some bits that drag on just a little bit too much. And
how much is Johnny Depp in the film? Because the trailer's a bit weird because he pops up once at the end and it's just like,
it's mostly Johnny Depp.
Oh, is it?
Because that's the market.
Well, that's what I thought it would be, but then I found it weird that the trailer barely showed him.
This franchise cannot survive without that character.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's why I just found it weird that the trailer didn't show that.
They are starting to look old now. The characters.
The first one was like mid-2000s?
It was, quite a while, about 15 years.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing the first one in the cinema. I thought it was brilliant. This is just a great action film. Nothing wrong with it at all.
The first
so,
one was outstanding. I one of them films I would continue to watch. I would watch.
I think the first one was like it wasn't a bad cast, and it's like the jokes landed well.
Well, I fucking hate Keira Knightley, so I can't really agree with that.
Yeah, she's alright.
She's shit.
She wouldn't have done that one.
Really thinks she's shit. Jack. And I got to the third one, just like, oh, is she the fucking pirate queen now? Great. She runs them all.
The big
Believe that.
The thing with the big one, this one is like Orlando Bloom's back. They're like, Orlando Bloom.
Really? Do you want to tell you how much he's in that film?
Not a lot, I know.
Like,
Hey, looks Orlando. Oh, never mind.
fucking 2 scenes, one at the
No,
beginning.
that's
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But that thing is that it's that kind of thing. Is like we brought this character back there, everyone loved. Remember him?
Easiest money Keira Knightley's ever made because she's in the film but has no lines.
Ooh, I might see it.
You literally have to watch the entire film for like 30 seconds of her being in it.
Is it? I can probably guess the ending because it's
Joy Devlin's.
their son in it.
Yeah.
What?
And goes on. It's because like Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley's character had a kid.
Yes.
They had
And
sex.
he Orlando Bloom went
On
to
a boat, probably.
Orlando Bloom's like the new Davy Jones, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or something. So obviously he's destined to live at sea forever in the underworld, whatever, blah blah.
Yeah.
So his kid goes out on this adventure to try and get him back, and at the end of the film will probably be he saves his dad, and then they reunited. Then that's where Keira Knightley comes into it, and they're all reunited.
Not quite when you're watching the film at all.
I guess it.
Yes, you guessed it.
Disney, if you're looking for writers,
You're looking for writers,
mate.
I can write any old
If you're looking for
shit.
writers, I've got a season pass for fucking Disney on Paris. I'm there a lot of the time.
I'm available. I've not got a job at the moment. I'm free. Come at me.
I'm not going to watch it. Well, no, I will watch it. I should say I'm not going to watch it, but fuck me. It's good. I don't want to watch it anytime soon. I have no interest in watching that film.
I think I'll
Nothing makes me want to watch
Better
it.
than the third one.
No, not saying much
It's
at all.
not, because the third one's the worst. As long as you've seen the third one, everything is better.
The fourth one is the worst.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's fucking.
It's a fucking mess.
It's mildly better than 3.
3 was not good, but
3
the fourth
tried
was
to-
the worst.
No, it wasn't.
1 and 2 were fine. 1 and 2 were great.
I don't have time to explain why you're wrong.
We'll talk about like some of blockbusters as well. Like Michael Bay is relentless with these trailers.
Fucking hell. I had to watch
the
that
last night.
fucking trailer again when Wonder Woman. I went to go see Wonder Woman, and I still, believe it or not, think it looks shit. I don't give a fuck. But you Badger, you fucking cunt, you're gonna go fucking see it and make him keep making the bloody movies.
Well, right. I found out more about the film now, so I don't feel as angry, but also feel quite angry about it. He's not ruined one of my favourite characters, so it's fine. But at the same time, he's probably going to ruin one of my favourite characters, so I'm quite annoyed.
No one's asking for Transformers films.
No,
anymore.
Badger is. You know how he's doing that? By
Stop it.
paying money to go see it fucking every time.
You say this.
Emailing Michael Bay.
Pictures of your dick.
You say this, but then you just praised the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean film.
Which is quite good.
I know,
The
but
Transformers films are
but
just
that-
consistent
but
with
you said
crap.
Yeah, but you say like no one's asking for these, but they obviously are. Like Fast and the Furious, there's 7 of those.
No one's asking for
No,
them.
to be honest,
must
lots
be,
of
'cause they
people
keep
are asking
making
for
them.
those films.
Yeah, people are asking for Fast and Furious, in fairness.
Even
So they're not gonna
I had a brief moment watching the new trailer for Fast 8, and I was just like, yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh shit!
Holy shit, look at those cars!
It looked ridiculous. It's getting to that point where they jump in the shark, and I'm just like, okay, they've got to a point where I think I can watch these. They look so ridiculous. It's like fucking Sharknado. Like,
I'm not saying I'm going to go watch Transformers.
You will,
I'm saying it's a thing that's happening, and I might watch it. I watch Transformers. I don't like these films, but I want to see if he actually gets it right. He won't.
can I just keep watching the old cartoon?
They don't.
Won't that do?
I can
On
watch
repeat, forever.
Yeah, just watch that, mate.
Well, one of my favourite characters is Unicron. And
Nice.
this is going to be. He's going to be in this film, but they've rejigged him, so I want to see what they do with it. So I'm going to have to pay £10.
Or
£5 and make that movie nice.
Or just wait until like a clip comes on YouTube and watch that.
You just see the edited down to 10 minutes film version on
Well,
YouTube.
we'll see.
Is it mostly going to be Mark Wahlberg staring at things with a perplexed look?
What? No.
I like Mark Wahlberg when he's not in serious action films.
Or like going to like
Mark
assaulting
Wahlberg.
people. And
He was
things
good
like
in
that.
Ted, and he was good in Pain
He
and Gain.
wasn't good. No, neither of us.
Oh, that's
Ted was good.
Ted
No,
was
it
good.
wasn't.
Pain and Gain was good.
Fucking hell.
Pain and Gain was alright.
This always just seems to end up in the three of us. Two of us liking something, and one of them just shitting on everyone.
They're not good. The only thing I've liked Mark Wahlberg in was Basketball Diaries.
I don't know what that is.
No idea.
Yeah. You've never seen Basketball Diaries?
No. See basketball.
Yeah,
I've seen that too. It's a brilliant film.
No,
Basketball
we all like
Diaries.
basketball.
Yeah,
Basketball Diaries.
We did it, guys.
Finally, we did it!
Yeah.
Basketball! Unqualified film of this millennia.
But really, it's not that good.
Wasn't it last millennium basketball?
Yeah, it was. Of last eternity. Baseball's great.
Time.
Talking of basketball, and right, I can do this. Right, I'll
Yes,
for a segue.
Yeah.
Talking of basketball, which included Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new trailer of Despicable Me 3, which has Trey Parker in it? Yes!
What a stretch!
I win! I win!
So about you.
What made me sad about this segue was two were talking about Despicable 3 now, which means Minions, and also Martin Clap, which means a terrible audio spike. I'm now going to edit out.
It's okay, the only eardrums which will burst you around.
It wasn't me clapping. That was
Right.
me guys high-fiving.
The first,
Good high five.
Awesome.
I didn't mind Despicable Me 1. It was fine.
It was a great film.
It wasn't too heavy on the Minions. Despicable Me 2 pushed it a bit. But this one, like, first trailer came out because it was mostly promoting the fact that Terry Parker?
Trey Parker.
Arteza.
He did South Park, whatever, I don't care. Cartman was in it. Does it do Cartman?
Actually, it's more like Mr. Garrison
Right.
from the voice I did.
Mr. Garrison's in it. And the first trailer that came out for this was Mr. Garrison. That's pretty cool. Getting, like, that guy in it. I mean, he must really need the money, but fair dude.
But no, he doesn't. That's what's weird.
Well, then he needs to reevaluate what the fuck he's doing then. But,
Have you seen the character he's playing, though?
but the new
It seems like the best thing I've ever seen in an animated film. He looks fucking hilarious.
But when I went to watch Wonder Woman, the trailer for Despicable Me 3 came up, and it was literally just a trailer of Minions. And why this is good? It's not funny. It's just stupid.
See, I can't get into Despicable because I tried watching the first film when it came out ages ago, and I couldn't get through it because Steve Carell's voice really annoyed me. I don't know why. It just really bugged me, and I didn't like listening to it, so I just stopped watching it. I haven't seen anything since.
When it first came out, it was usual like arms race like between the film studios. So
Yeah.
I watched Megamind instead and preferred.
I love
Megamind
Megamind. I
great.
thought Megamind was brilliant.
Megamind was
Yes.
yeah, and but compared to Despicable Me, which I just preferred Megamind.
Yeah.
But then going back and watching them again, Despicable Me grows on me every time I watch it. Whereas Megamind,
How many times have you fucking watched it?
Megamind always stays the same. I've watched Megamind like fucking.
Oh no, I thought you said Despicable Me. I was like,
Despicable Me. I've probably watched Despicable Me probably about 15 times.
what the?
What?
You don't what?
I like that film.
Oh.
You haven't even got kids.
My girlfriend
I mean,
does, but
good.
they've not watched it yet.
It's good.
See, I
It's
agree
not
with
15
Megamind. I've seen
times, though.
Megamind quite a few times, and I enjoy it every single time. I think
no.
it's a great concept.
I still say that to people when I pick up the phone. I go, no.
But Despicable Me, like, I can't say much about it because, like, as much as I hate how minions are everywhere, 'cause they really do annoy me, I haven't got much of a say. I tried watching the first film, and Steve Carell's voices, I didn't like it, so I couldn't finish watching
I
it.
even watched the Minions film. Like, named around my birthday.
Classic, I bet.
Yeah, did we talk about it last time that I watched that?
Let's
Don't know.
not talk about it.
That was an odd film to watch.
Terrible. Terrible fucking waste of money is what that film is. What? Like, I don't understand why now.
Quite interested to see what it actually grossed.
A lot.
Probably a lot. It's just. I understand it's for kids, and that's fine. But it sounds like kids have to be pandered to when they're going like little stupid characters that don't say anything, just make noises. It's shit.
Do you mean like the blockbuster Wall-E?
Wow!
Well, that's a beautifully told story.
I'm sure so is Minions.
It's fucking not.
Have you
It's
seen
a
it?
load
Have you
of
actually watched
nonsense.
Minions?
No.
Well, you're in
Well,
my boat then, so
alright.
shut the fuck up. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I've never seen it.
I could watch it.
Wow!
What?
That film cost $74 million.
Wow.
I'm leading.
And it made over $1 billion.
Jesus Christ!
I think it's because it's one of them where it's universal, isn't it? Like, you don't have to change half of the dialogue in the film to make it for another language. It's literally just
Oh, because they don't say any fucking words like banana.
a bunch of characters making random noises. So yeah, but it's just
It's like it's fine. Like the thing I like. I enjoy Pixar and things because they're like well told stories and kids and adults can appreciate it and everyone enjoys it. It's fine. But with that, it's just like these characters making random fucking noises. It's like this. What's wrong with this generation? It's like these kids' cartoons are all stupid, noisy, colourful characters and stuff. Whereas when I was a kid and when we were kids and stuff, like it was like well articulated, spoken, well written stories.
Thunder, Thundercats.
Well, I say well written stories, they were not well written.
Literally, every episode of Thundercats, someone goes off, someone gets in trouble, Panthro drives the tank through a wall and saves the day.
The only stupid thing that was ever said about movies was schnar schnar.
Smurfed everything.
Yeah, Smurf or and that was it. Just Scooby Doo. That's my shit Scooby Doo impression. But I think that's it. But that was it. And now it's all like, but now they're there. It's just I don't see
any difference.
I don't.
That's all kids. Like that's all kids watch nowadays. It's just fucking noise and colours.
Oh, you're getting too old, mate.
I am.
You are. You're getting too old. You're comparing one thing to the other, which is pretty much exactly the same. But saying one's better.
In small doses as a comic value, which is Despicable
like
Me was fine. A whole movie of it is fucking stupid, and it's not. My main problem with Minions wasn't originally the Minions themselves; it was the memes that came out along with them, which is one of our very first podcasts, which is where someone would put a meme up going, I hate Mondays, and it'd be a fucking meme holding a banana for no fucking reason. It's got no relevance to the fucking words!
See, when it comes to,
Alright, leave the table alone.
I'll say, I haven't seen any Despicable Me's, but, this new one, I might watch it because Trey Parker's in it, and the character he plays is, this 80s throwback character. It looks really funny, and I really want to see, what happens to that character.
You know what's annoying? I'll probably fucking watch it.
So we come full circle to you, just don't listen to you,
that?
nothing means anything.
Which, was it Monsters vs. Aliens?
I saw that at cinema.
That was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I quite like that. Seth Rogen was the one.
Yeah.
I watched that at cinema.
It wasn't good. It was alright.
It was pretty good.
It was really good.
Yeah. And they had the missing link in it with Will Arnett, I think, played him. It was good.
Is this DreamWorks?
I'm guessing so.
It was.
I know Despicable Me's own, studio. I think it's called
Illumination!
Yeah. But I think that was DreamWorks. Was Monsters vs.
I'd say
Aliens.
DreamWorks, that seems about right.
Yeah, because that's Shrek and everything, yeah. It's the same, yeah. But they're not as popular.
Nah, there's a set of films that can go burn.
I quite like the first one.
Netflix came in the day and told us, put Shrek on. I was like, alright, whatever. And I literally went for 10 minutes and went, turn this off. I don't want to watch this anymore.
Do you know what? You never liked the first Shrek?
It was fine when it came out. I have no desire to watch it ever again.
I see. I have no problem.
Just watch the bit. Watch the first
good.
10 minutes up to the bit where Don goes, "I'm making waffles," and then just turn it off. It's fine. You're done.
That's all you need to see. Maybe you just need a GIF then in that case.
Eddie Murphy said something. It's fine. Turn it off.
Shall we get to Le Meat?
Yeah, we can get to Le Meat. All right. So we're talking about Wonder Woman.
All right.
Yes.
He was not in the film.
I wish he was.
Who?
Yeah. So
Matthew McConaughey, man. That's what I like about college girls. They say the same age.
No, it's not. Let's not do that again.
This confused, motherfucker.
So yeah, let's talk about Wonder Woman. Came out this last week.
Yes, it did.
It seemed to do rather well. It got the first DC film in recent years to get a good rating on Rotten.
I was just about to say, it's like, holy, Rotten Tomatoes actually liked it.
So now all DC fans are back on the Rotten Tomato boat. I still don't give a shit about it.
Rotten Tomatoes is literally a keyboard crusade.
Oh, it's bullshit, but it's quite funny to see what gets what. That's why we like a voting system, really, isn't it? Just okay, what did the people think?
It's not. I don't think it's all people think, because a lot of the time, I think Batman vs Superman got more a popular review from the people than they did from Rotten Tomato. So it's more like critics.
I tend to think things like Rotten Tomato anyway are literally just people who want to sound fucking edgy and want to find flaws in films.
Yeah, totally.
I know we try and pick out things.
It's hard to believe there's anyone voting on there or putting their synopsis on there who aren't just love the idea of being a bit controversial.
But it seems to be the opposite opinion. If you actually like something, that's the more controversial opinion now on Rotten Tomatoes. Anyway, Wonder Woman. Yes. Great film.
Yeah, right?
Really enjoyed it.
Probably the best installment from the DCEU so far, in my opinion.
In a lot of people's opinion.
I've got to eat my words a bit with Wonder Woman because I watched the trailer and I wasn't too sure, and obviously after Batman 2 I wasn't too sure.
I was going to bring this up. I just want to take a moment for you both to realise how right I
Don't
was.
stroke yourself now.
I need to
that guy.
I need to whack myself off
I think we all
You
said,
walked in with a fucking semi, calm down.
I think I said I was looking forward to it. I reckon it'd be good. Gareth was probably the only one.
I wasn't. I was very pessimistic about this.
Well, I think the latest this film's been a lot different, I feel, to like your Batman vs Superman, your Suicide Squad, because like those films like fucking hyped up to fuck. Like these films will be fucking amazing. Whereas this one's like, here's Wonder Woman. It's
Wish us luck.
And, like, on the way up to it, like I saw like you get the adverts for like Wonder Woman 4 stars, like those kind of adverts.
Yeah,
and it's always from The Sun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's like it's
it's like the best superhero films. Like, yeah, but who said that?
Then when it came out, like straight away, like people like a lot of people went to see it, and like straight away, like.
But didn't there was talks about how they screened it and it didn't do well originally. I'm not sure if it was a reshoot or like they changed some of the editing after that. But there was talks about how the first release to obviously
I don't think they did a lot of
closed
reshoots.
audience.
I don't think they did a lot of reshoots for this because I know Suicide Squad got a lot of reshoots and they did reshoots for just doing reshoots for Justice League.
Yeah,
but I don't think they did get a lot of reshoots. Not a
lot.
Well,
I'm glad they didn't because I did thoroughly enjoy this film.
I think it's generally they've got
big spoilers.
It's going to be spoilers galore.
Oh yeah. I mean, you should know by now that we do not
give a shit.
Yeah. We've watched the film. If you
want to watch it, watch it. If you want to listen to people talk about it, listen to people talk about it. You can't pick one or the other. Like.
But yeah, I generally think like they got. It was nice to get a female leading film with a female director, so it's all kind of like.
Not that it was necessary.
I think it works better when a lot of female directors aren't utilised enough. I don't think in Hollywood, like because they generally a lot of them are fucking great directors, they just don't get used.
Do you know the director of this film? Like the main film she did was Monster. You know the one with what was it? Charlize Theron?
Halle Berry.
No. Yeah, she did Catwoman.
No, Monster was Halle Berry, wasn't it?
What?
No, Monster.
No. What the fuck are you thinking about?
I'll Google it.
Monster was on about that the woman serial killer. It's a great film. I can't remember the bloody serial killer's name now. Proper escaped me. But she did that, and besides that, all she's really directed is the odd TV series, like the odd episode of the odd TV series, and not even like massive names. Like apparently the person who was the woman director who was going to direct this before her directed episodes of Game of Thrones and Walking Dead, but then she came in and she's not unknown. She's made an amazing movie, but besides that, there's not much else to her name.
For me, it really held up like really true to me, like the whole Wonder Woman idea.
Yeah.
That at no point in the film did she seem vulnerable.
She didn't drop the idea. She didn't drop her true beliefs, which was brilliant.
And never, at no point did she ever seem vulnerable or in need of overt assistance from anyone else.
She had all the traits of like a human. Like she's had sad moments where she's sad and distraught and everything. Like
she was always strongly.
Well, that's the thing. Even at emotional points where she sort of opened herself up and she was emotional and she did let other people in. Like,
all the people were dead in that village.
But she didn't seem weak in the slightest.
No,
she didn't seem vulnerable. Which is amazing. She was truly emotional, but not vulnerable.
You could see it within the direction of the film that she'd go in, she'd look, she'd be sad, and then you'd see her turn around immediately with an idea in her head. I'm going to go resolve this problem now. I'm going to deal with it. I don't give a shit who follows me or not. I'm going to go and sort this out now.
One thing I was quite interested in how they're going to start this film. So obviously we knew it was going to be an origin story.
Yeah.
But we've seen it. We've seen Batman Superman. She's just turned up and I was like, oh, okay.
I was kind of
it was quite weird, the opening, where literally this entire movie is based on her cocking her head and going, oh, I remember. Because Batman was just like, hey, look, a picture. And then we had a 2.5 hour movie of her going like, oh, yeah.
I generally didn't think it was going to be like, I thought it would just literally just be that, like, straight into it, not this kind of weird intro of like...
Was she just checking her emails?
Bruce sent her a picture and you go to see the message and stuff and go, oh, remember.
I think they did a built-in setup for the whole thing, because obviously some people are going to need some clarification on who Wonder Woman is and what she's about, and they basically just did like the whole starty bit on the island and everything like that. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I really enjoyed it, mate. I thought it was brilliant. And also, I've never seen such a strong group of fucking women. Who are, like,
every one of those women looked like
they were so
shit
amazing.
But I think every bloke, I don't know, like, it's just me, like, going, these are all, like
Do you just finally realise what you're into?
Well, I think it's like you'd probably like these are all strong, attractive women, but they would all beat the shit.
Oh
out
hell
of
yeah!
Well, it's like if you were that person, like just say like you ended up on that island, like you were the person who discovered it, you would immediately just shit your pants. You know what I mean? There are no other men, and all these women are very fucking capable, and every one of them. There was no point in that, like when any of the Amazons were like, "Oh, help me!" And
Oh god, no,
like,
that's not what they
they
were
immediately
brought up to be.
when the Austro-Hungarians land on the island, they immediately just jump off cliffs, firing bows.
What they did straight away was set up as just like these are a group of women who they're not missing men. They don't give a shit. They are there to be themselves, and what they are is one of the strongest armies you'll ever fucking see. And
my own, like, if we're working through the film, like
yeah, I think we'll work through it. Yeah.
Like the beginning bit, like my only problem at the beginning bit was like when she's like a little kid.
Yeah.
And she's jumping about, she's running away.
She's on the cliff watching them.
She jumps off the edge. And
yeah.
And like she jumps.
And she gets caught, doesn't she?
Yeah, she gets caught, but like, what
was her angle?
Well, that's what I mean.
yeah.
Because she's clearly going to miss that other fucking ledge, but she doesn't even look, so she just jumps. Is she presuming she's going to
I think that's introducing like Wonder Woman's general fearlessness.
Yeah. Either that, or even they're saying that even at that young age, she knew that she could survive that. She knew she had.
I don't know if it's like the fearlessness, because obviously they're trying to keep a secret that she's essentially a god. So it's
she is the weapon.
Right, so she could probably survive that fall, technically. But like, is that the point of that scene, or is it just a case of she's just a kid and her mum catches her and like, oh, you cheeky,
you rascal.
and then obviously you get like that fight scene on the beach with the Nazis.
Yeah, could we talk
Nazis? Sorry, it's World War One. Sorry, I apologise.
No Nazis in this. Who would have thought?
That's one of these things about I love about World War One. It's nice not to be. It's a war that's. It's
become a lot more popular recently with the rise of like Battlefield 1. And
I'll go into it a bit later on with the trenches, because I do love trenches, and I also love because personally I do really like the history of like the trenches warfare, and that is something I really do enjoy. But I'll go into that bit a bit later.
I keep going through the intro and everything like that. When it comes to the point where you've got the whole scene where she got to leave, there's no conflict, there's no emotional outburst or anything. No. A mum just goes, "Yeah, you go in. See you later. I love you."
It's like a code of conduct they stick by. She understood from the get go what was going to happen.
Eventually, one day,
and they stuck by that.
With the fight on the beach, though, with the soldiers and stuff. There's for me that one of the only parts of this film that I would pick at. There was too much slow motion-y, dragging it out, kind of like.
See, you say that, but that slow motion gave me one of my favourite scenes I've seen in a film for a while, and it's a bit where the sort of like the head fighter of the women.
Yeah.
She jumped over. She got the shield was up. She jumped up the shield. She's flung round. Got 3 arrows and took out in slow motion 3 guys, 3 arrows. I was awesome. I love that scene.
Everyone who got shot by
that was so good.
Everyone who got shot by a fucking bow and arrow in the film, you looked at them and you went, that would be a really painful, horrible way to die.
And it looks so badass. As one of the badass things I've seen in
ages. That scene, there's one bit where like one of them stabs them with a spear and like she's like bends her back on a horse. That's how it would work.
Yeah.
Like, so that's kind of like accurate. But the rest of the time it's like people stabbing and like
also. But also the thing is,
there's too much slow motion.
I saw that.
They overdid it in that one scene.
It's not the end of the world though.
It's not the end of the world, but that's the only thing you just being a bit.
But the thing is, I also saw that as the most accurate fight I've ever seen for people who have never seen guns against people with guns.
They just ran at them.
They ran at them, and they generally looked like not bewildered, but like they worked with the fact that, because it's the first time they ever saw someone get shot with a fucking gun.
I don't think
and they reacted to it, and they worked with it, and there was genuine, they were confused about seeing people get fucking gunned down. Like,
I think that, like, a cool scene was like when they first came into it, they run off that cliff, and they shoot the arrows into the side of the cliff, and they swing down.
And they shoot again, and they swing.
It looks fucking mint, but they shoot once, and it looks fucking, and it's attached around the waist or whatever. And like, that looks fucking cool when they jump off, and then I was like, when I was watching going,
she just slam into the side of the
cliff. They either break it back or you slam into the side of the cliff.
No, they shot again. They didn't just shoot once.
Yeah, but then what? But they shoot once and then they shoot again.
They just cut the rope like.
That's Amazons.
I don't know.
They got their shit back, right?
Like the things that this race of like women are trained to be warriors from the day they're born, pretty much, except for like Dinah, they're trying to keep away from for reasons.
So. That opening scene, well, not opening scene, but that opening fight, the first fight, was brilliant. I have one massive nitpick, though.
Go on.
So when you see them come through that fucking the hidden wall where the ships are coming through, so you got all the boats of the men on which they
What
fight.
happens to the battleship?
What happened to that fucking battleship?
What happened
see it.
to
What
the
the
battleship?
The battleship came in.
No,
Fucking huge battleship came through it.
But then, not every single member of that ship got off onto
Where
the
the
beach.
fuck did that ship go? Did they just see it and went, oh fuck that?
I'm pretty sure it capsizes.
No, it didn't.
I'm pretty sure.
No. It did not show any. No, it didn't show it capsized. It showed nothing of it. All it showed was it coming through, appearing, and then nothing else.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, you saw the director's cut apparently, because this did not happen. I did not see this.
It comes through the
barrier.
The barrier, we'll call it, yeah. And they're on wooden boats, so that's like nature's kind of technology, what you want to call it. And as soon as that battleship goes through, it starts capsizing straight away, I think.
No, it doesn't.
It does. I'm pretty sure.
It does not.
No, I remember watching it. It does literally start. So it just
I'm looking forward to watching this film again anyway, but I'm well going to be looking out for that. All I saw was a ship, and all I was waiting on is something to happen with that ship. And then they beat them all the normal dudes with guns.
Yeah.
And they wasn't there anymore. I'm like, what now? But
I think me and Gareth are showing our World War I history knowledge by avoiding the name of the German pie. Austro-Hungarian.
Bad men!
The not Nazi World War I people.
Yeah, the fuckers.
You can't say the Germans.
The Germans.
The Hun, if you want to be a little bit controversial.
I'd say Germans.
That's reminds me of Mulan.
Make a man out of you. I've never seen Mulan.
It's brilliant, mate. You should watch it.
The Szechuan sauce.
Also, did anyone else get really confused when a German plane came in and you saw Chris Pine? I'm like, wait, is he German? Yeah, and I was just like, what a twist!
It's quite. They've done a lot of good to the origins of the characters and stuff because how I think Wonder Woman met Steve Trevor was he crashed his plane. It was originally called Paradise Island and changed it to.
He actually references Paradise, so.
That's when they make the reference. He calls it Paradise, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's what it originally was called in the original comics, called Paradise Island, and changed it to the Mascura. Mancunian.
So then she ends up in.
And the things straight away, I think that after that, then you got the bit where Steve Trevor's just hanging out in those weird kind of jacuzzi pools.
Yeah, I sat there. I was like, what's the point in this bit?
So basically,
and now you get the first proper DC
dick joke.
What's that?
No, it's not a dick joke. It's just general sense of humour. Are you an average man? Well, above average.
Yeah. No, but that's it. So
it's what's this? It's it's a watch.
I think Chris Pine in it was actually really good, and I wasn't sure if I was going to like him or not. And he was great, and the relation between the two of them was great. They did a really good job. And whoever wrote this script did a really good job of that dialogue. They did a good job.
That entire relationship throughout the film had enough in it to not be want to make me vomit.
No, they did exactly what they needed to do, and I really thank them for doing that.
I really enjoyed the scene when she first gets to London and she meets his secretary.
Yeah. She was great. But just 2 seconds.
Sorry.
There is a but to that whole initial scenario. Chris Pine turns up. He does not act like someone who's just wandered onto a planet of women on their own, acting like gods in this land where there's jacuzzis and shit and people healing them with weird voodoo shit. I just wanted him to turn around once and just go, what the fuck is this? You're tying rope around me, I'm telling the truth. You're all bloody gods. What the fuck? I went through a goddamn wormhole to get here. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, he does immediately.
Not enough of that.
He does immediately accept magic like that.
All I wanted was a bit more what the fuck.
It's kind of I think it's he just stumbles on at the same time. He's stumbles onto it, crash lands. He's in the middle of World War I, so he's a bit kind of he's more obsessed with his mission. He's
you don't accept it.
No, but at the same time, the first thing.
Doctor Strange did a better job.
I'm saying, the first thing that happens is he gets put in this scenario. Because at the same time, you can't spend a lot of a movie trying to him to adjust to it.
Otherwise, you would have dragged that entire opening scene up by another.
But then, he crash lands on this island, so he's already he just crash landed, and then he's he's come from this scenario where he's blown up a fucking factory, and then the next thing he experiences.
Remind me of something else. Sorry, carry on.
Then the next thing when he crash lands, the next thing he's in a fucking battle, and the next thing he's getting fucking lassoed by the truth lasso.
Yeah.
And so it's that kind of thing, and then he's a jacuzzi of whatever the fuck, and he does question it.
He was just a bit too cool about it. He was a bit too cool.
They explained the concept of the lasso thread.
Yeah.
I just want to bring up that thing is probably one of the best visuals in a film I've seen for ages, because compared to the rest of the film, which is quite dark and gritty and monotone in terms of like the palette, and then you have that one object that is
very mystical,
incredibly luminous, and it was a really well done thing, because you could have just had a golden rope.
One of my favourite scenes with that rope though is later on, where she doesn't believe what he's saying, and he grabs her rope and wraps it around his hand, and I love that. I thought that was such a nice scene. And it was quite funny as well. He was just like, "Yes, I am going to take you there. I think we're going to die. We should be doing this."
That was one of my favourite parts.
But it's such a good use of it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Just on the, you're both Red Dwarf fans, aren't you?
Yes.
All I was thinking when it cut to Chris Pine, how he blew up that warehouse in his fire, and all I was thinking was, no. He looked like Ace Rimmer. It was Ace Rimmer.
Yeah.
There's like going just like a bit further, she goes through London. She does the whole fashion thing, which takes literally no time.
I like when she arrives in London and just goes, "This looks fucking awesome."
Also, so it turns out we have our own. It turns out we have our own British Melissa McCarthy now, apparently.
Yes,
who's really funny. I don't know who she is either.
She's called. I googled it just purposely because I knew she'd come up.
Go on,
Lucy Davies.
The
character's called Eater.
She was really funny.
What else has she
done? I really liked her.
I recognise her from a bunch of stuff. She was in Shaun of the Dead.
What the fuck was she? Was she zombie number 4?
She was in The Office. That's the only couple of things that come up that I recognise.
She's really good.
I thought she was great, and I really didn't want to like her in a way. I just like, what the fuck are you doing here?
It's funny
because
because like
really
watching
good
the trailers of this film, like they shoehorn these like moments with her into the trailers, like these are the jokey bits, and it's like, oh, these jokes gonna be like, you didn't work well in the trailers, but then the whole scene's fucking hilarious.
Oh, she was great. I really
like the bit when like they do the clothes shopping, and she like they finally get the Wonder Woman out, like she gets in her normal kind of clothes, and she's like Wonder Woman just comes out with a shield and the sword, just
walking out just normal. He's even put the sword down.
And she just gives her the sword and the shield. Okay. It's like, God, these are real life.
The one little nitpick about the film. Do you know when they fight when he has the book, and then the Germans appear in the alley, and then they go to shoot, she blocks the bullet with a gauntlet, and there's a massive fight scene there, and then one of them, they've got in there, and she's trying to get into it, and he swallows the pill, cyanide, and kills himself, Okay, literally, and they're there going, I guess we'll never know. Seconds before, he knocks one cold out on the ground.
Yeah.
He's very much still alive. They could have taken him and found out
maybe
everything.
Off camera he got it and ran away.
That bit with the bullet block is apparently a reference to the first Superman film.
Alright.
Because Chris Reeve does it for Lois in the first Superman film.
Oh,
There's a reference for that.
Oh, cool.
Full of cool references in this film.
Nice.
Talking about the woman and also just side characters, this had a great cast.
Great cast, but they didn't do enough with the
Amazons?
No, the party, like the entire, like the American,
the lads,
the Scottish, and the
Native American.
That bunch of lads. They didn't do enough with them. Like, there's the whole bit where he's aiming a sniper rifle but can't take the shot. There's obviously some deep-seated issues.
They didn't go into it.
There's the whole scene where he gets woken up from a nightmare, screams, everyone runs up with his gun, and then all of a sudden, a couple of scenes later, he's gunning down these people.
I mean,
I think it's like he can't take the shot, and then he goes to sleep, and he gets all those night terrors.
Yeah.
So it's obviously, what's it called? They call it when you come back from one, he'd like traumatized by something.
Post-traumatic stress.
Yeah. So he's obviously going through that. So he's lost that kind of trigger finger, like he can't do it anymore. But then obviously through his actions with Wonder Woman, he kind of built it back up.
I would have liked to have seen a little bit of
resolution, but I did love these characters. I did really like these
either through action or dialogue.
The thing is, this film is really well paced. It's probably the best well paced DC film so far. If they started going to all these back characters and like going, why is this guy doing this?
Well, but the thing is, if you saw the running time before, I was like, oh god, 2.5 hours. Shit, it's going to drag. They did I wasn't bored in the slightest.
No.
I was into this film the entire way.
Running time, and I was immediately like,
perfectly paced.
You make that noise, you go.
I think my favourite, like the bit for me where the film started, like, it was the point where it just paced itself well enough, and also it just flew into like one of the best action scenes we've read, where she just climbs out of the trench and she just walks.
Oh, all right. So if we're gonna go on about that,
I was gonna say, like, actually that trench bit got me a bit emotional.
I
only
loved it.
Because like World War I, like, and it's kind of like, obviously with the one aspect, it's like that's kind of a real life kind of thing, so it was kind of getting a bit funny.
Yeah, it was.
But does anyone else remind you of like Blackadder Goes 4?
Yeah. Oh god, the last episode. Oh.
When I watched that one as a kid, it fucking broke me.
Mate.
Reminded me of that. It's like,
I know, but the thing is that scene, it did wonders for Wonder Woman. But it did, because it was the first scene where you see her in this environment where, wait, those people are getting hurt? She didn't know at this point she was a god. She didn't know at this point if she could survive it. But she was like, no, we're going to go do this. We're going to go help them. She goes on her own. She goes over no man's land. She deflects all the bullets. She keeps going. She defeats that trench. She keeps going into the village.
No, my favourite part is they fire a mortar and she flicks it out of the shield and it lands like about 20 metres away from her and blows up.
I was watching it and they're fighting in the village and it's amazing. And then I just had that thought, like, oh my god, this fight is carried on since she first stepped foot on a no man's land. I'm like, this fight scene is pretty much carried on from that. And it's been this incredible story. This could be a cut short story of her getting into the trenches and defending and defeating this army. This army in this fucking village. And it's amazing. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I just love that fact that it was almost like, it's not a continuous shot, but you know, that idea of it, just this full story with no cuts of it following on, of her getting from part A to part Z, just in that, it's great.
Yeah, I did like how it go from the trenches, and she like battles all through that like no man's land, straight into that village, and like, that sweet fucking
and that
warehouse, that warehouse fucking scene was like, it's very reminiscent to Batman vs Superman.
Oh, where she busts through the window and starts fucking kicking.
But that's
like that guy, like fucking, I always like it when like she's fighting all those guys in the warehouse, and it cuts out to the rest of the pie, and they're running through the village. And you see this one guy just fucking fly out the window. Out the window.
But it was like, you knew when it finished, when they got the shield up and she jumped in and she destroyed that tower, and it was just like, that's the end. I saw the beginning and I saw the end. And that was a great, it was an epic scene. Epic, I loved it.
Shortly after that as well, it showed to me like it did great for the character development of Wonder Woman, because unlike Superman, who after he wins the day spends about 10 minutes basking in his own awesomeness, going, ha ha ha, no, he goes, not a problem, people, I am Superman, I am the great, and he flies off to fight and that. Wonder Woman literally spent an evening drinking and partying with these
and getting laid.
Yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with. Everyone wants to get laid.
Getting her things, you know, she's a strong, independent woman, she can do what she wants. And literally,
Chris Pine couldn't believe his fucking luck.
It was just a really good character, like I said, a character developing scene for her. How she, like, you know, she obviously likes these people, they like her, and it was just like, it showed her as a more human side to her.
Think about the cooking mention, like, obviously the bit where she get laid, like the bit at the beginning when they leave Themyscira and they're on the boat, and like Chris Pine's character, like Steve Trevor, won't sleep next to her. He's like, like, no, he's just fine. He's like, next to me, he's like,
I'm a spy.
Have you ever heard about
books? Yeah, I've read all 12 volumes.
I've read all 12 of the Pleasures of the Flesh. Like, did you bring those books with you?
I think
the only time, like, the only laughter in the scene was like a little boat going.
But that was a great little scene though, because that scene was it sort of put it. So she's an island of all women, and what everyone thinks is just like, oh, what about the cocks? You know, do you know about the dick? But that scene was just like, she just turned around and just shot down. I was like, of course I fucking know, I'm not retarded. Yeah. Like, yeah. And she even, I think she makes a really great, she makes it, she makes a great masturbation joke. Where she just goes like, yeah, we sort of worked out that we can sort it all out ourselves. Like,
and a bit we passed through earlier, like the when she gets some, was it London? And she's like, she gets always before the ship off on the mission. It's a reference from the comic, and it's also a reference from the animated movie. Do you watch the animated movie?
I watched it a while ago.
It's pretty good. But so she eats ice cream. She gets like, this guy buys ice cream.
She'd be very proud of it.
Oh, very proud of his achievement. It's fucking great.
Should we talk about the villains?
Yes.
Yeah. Can someone tell me the woman?
Can we start with the Nazi general?
I'd rather start with the poison lady. Dr. Poison.
We'll get to her because she's more towards the end of the film. Like, she's
further
in the film.
No, I think like the Nazi general and
they were introduced around the same time.
German.
Yeah, they were introduced at the same time.
But the thing is, like, with like obviously like the developing the poison and everything like that to kill people, and she gives him that other one that gives him like
Super strong.
Super strange. That makes him like super him.
We're saying that's
Super German.
a lot of people are saying that's the origin for Bane now. They're going to bring Bane in later, and that's going to be an origin for Bane.
But is the thing with it is that she gives him like a big like tub of capsules, doesn't it? And he sniffs about 3 of them, maybe.
He's got a town on that shit.
When they were about to fight and he fucking sniffs when he starts punching, I was literally expecting to see him just like basically like punching all these things in his hand and whiffing the old lot and hulking out. And that didn't happen. And immediately as it didn't happen, I went, good.
Yeah. We've had that before. I can't remember what film it was. There was a film where a villain had like a load of power enhancing capsules or something like that.
Was it Logan?
Was it the end of the Batman Arkham Asylum games?
See, no, I was just thinking Logan when he's like, only use a little bit and he just juices himself massively and goes on his rampage at the end of Logan.
They did it in Batman games. They did it in. They've done it before in the movie.
I'm just glad they avoided that entire. It's a trope in it. The bad guy like using all his power, trying to get all his power.
But the thing is, it's one woman against. She's after this guy because she's made the assumption, which obviously meant the movie crowd that the normal movie go, oh, that's obviously going to be Ares. So that's it's maybe a twist in the film. It's not a twist.
It's not.
Fucking obvious.
Did you say that?
To be honest, I knew it wasn't going to be him, but when it turned out who it was, I kind of went, oh.
Did you know that?
I'm happy with that.
Did you know he was going to be in the film? The guy?
No, I didn't.
What, Lupin?
Lupin.
No.
That's
I don't know the actor's name, but I feel bad, but he's Lupin.
I'm going to find his name.
That's all I know. Werewolf.
Because I follow the comic book and everything, that news, so I knew who was in the film and he was playing Ares, so when he showed up, I knew automatically.
Okay.
But as a twist, it's not a twist because, like, why would you disguise yourself as a massive dictator, being an absolute cunt?
Yes.
When you could
No, because I thought the fucking twist was going to be, so me watching it, spoilers, as you already know.
I don't know what that voice was, but
that's my spoilers voice. Because on the internet comments, they spoiled it. The spoiler gremlin has appeared.
So basically, when she defeated the general, so they have a
Ludendorff, I want to say?
Maybe. But when she defeats him, and it's quite lackluster because she defeats him quite fast because he's only human who's just got a bit of juice in him.
Juice up, bro.
I thought the twist was that she finally understands that humans are cunts.
Ludendorff.
I thought that was where Chris Pine's just like, this is just what it is. Like, this is how it is. We're not doing it because of some god. We're doing it because we are bastards, and that's just how it is. People are bastards.
The German general is called Ludendorff.
And
the actor who played Ares / Sir Patrick was David Thwissell.
Well done, David
Thwissell. Mr. Thwissell? You're really good. But
is that how you say it? Is that how you say Thwissell? I'm going to say Thwissell. Excuse me.
I would say, what was it? Thewlis?
Can I have a look?
Lupin!
Lupin.
It's fucking Lupin.
He's barely in the fucking Harry Potter. Also, I know your Mrs. Thwillis. Yeah, Thwillis sounds better.
Yeah.
David Thwillis. Sorry.
But do you understand what I'm saying though? Just like I thought like the whole thing was that Wonder Woman's going to find out that Earth isn't perfect, that we are fighting because people are cunts, and that's what happens.
My little step back for this film was like, cause I know a bit about DC and stuff. Like, I think in the New 52, I'm sure she was like Wonder Woman was actually the daughter of Ares. So I expect it to be, the reveal was that she'd be
I am your father.
Classic.
I thought it would be like that, but she's like the daughter of Zeus, isn't she?
Yeah.
So when it does happen and you do find out that Lupin's actually Ares. Sorry, buddy, but your name's Lupin now.
I thought that whole scene where he stood behind glass talking to his friend, that was so creepy.
Yeah,
and then she walks around the door and he's on the other side of the glass. I was like, that was a bit kind of...
Do you know what I loved about the character Ares, though? Is when he gives that explanation. And I hope you know the explanation I'm talking about, is when he says, like, I'm not causing these things. I'm not the true cause of these things. I give people the ideas. I give people the members to do them. It's up to them to act upon them. I thought that was a great idea.
No, it's cool. Like,
I thought that was brilliant.
You see him like do a flashback and like whispering, like sort of like as it goes through like Dr. Poison's ear and stuff. That's really cool.
Dr. Poison was great. We don't have to go into it too deep, but I thought she was great. I thought she looked fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant! So badass. I loved it.
It's interesting because like obviously that character is originally a man.
Oh really?
In the comics, yes.
Dr.
Poison like one of the a very old school Wonder
I
Woman
loved
villain.
her simple face mask. I thought, just
Very,
enough.
very Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, I recently bought the original Phantom of the Opera. I love that shit. But with Lupin saying, I'm sorry, I keep calling it Lupin, but it's Lupin.
What do you think about that scene where it's like when they go to that gala, the German gala?
Oh,
And
it was needed in the film, definitely needed.
No, I was saying like
100%.
Chris Pine, like
I honestly
past
thought-
the German officers flirting with her.
I hated the fucking
I didn't
sword.
think. I honestly
hated the
didn't
sword.
think.
I hated the sword and the dress. The sword and the dress was fucking stupid.
I like singers over the
the sword and
song.
the dress is so fucking stupid.
I jump
So
back,
stupid.
jump away from my point. 'Cause I'm going to get to a point in a minute. Like there's someone before this film came out, because of the swords in the back of a dress. Think of the length of that sword, right?
Yeah.
And someone put like a picture of like, and it shows like the sword in the back of the dress. So it's just like the picture.
It's gonna go into.
And
It's gonna damage your ass.
So it's just like
It's in your ass.
That's what I mean. It just shows someone like a pinching her ass around the sword.
It's the only way. It was like halfway down her back, and the sword is like fucking 3 foot long.
Yeah.
I honestly thought in that film, like having that big gala, he was going about using the weapon and showing how powerful it was. I honestly thought he was going to basically gat all the Germans like he did in the other scene. I thought he was just going to like assume control of the army and then plan on doing it. But no, he fired it at a bunch of innocents.
so like-
which made you even think like he's definitely a con.
Going back to Ares when he was talking about how he just implements these ideas. If you think back to how they even starting on this trip, he turned up in the pub and he was just like, "Here's your money, go do it." He did what he said he does.
Yeah.
He went in and said, "Here's the money. If you want to, you can go do it now."
Yeah, because I think like his plan was obviously like, to just aggravate the war.
No,
Yeah,
he,
it was.
I think it's like they're already on a.
That was his long-term goal was to get them to,
totally.
because they were organising peace and armistice at the time to aggravate it to the point where
exactly, and he didn't cause anything, but he gave the what they needed. He did just enough to give people the power to do it, and that was consistent with what he said later on, and I really appreciated that. I thought I just instantly thought back to that scene. I was just like, oh my god, like he just went straight for it.
So like Ares as a villain, then like you happy with him as a choice? Like,
I thought he was great, but you know what I'm going to say, because we talked about it off podcast earlier. Fuck me, did he look stupid with just a black helmet on his fucking stupid mustache?
I think it's like because I understand like when he's knocking about London now, it's fine to look like that. But like it did the flashback to him like when he just fell from heaven or whatever, and he's like cowering a cave.
Oh, and they had the CGI muscly young version.
No, he's the same guy though. He's had some ripped robe.
Yeah,
and it's like
why did they go to so much hassle to make Wonder Woman look? Well, Wonder Woman is like Amazonian, she's like Greek mythology kind of thing, and then have a like really Europe like
a weedy white guy.
A weedy like
if you're
European
Ares, why do you choose that look?
You're the god of war.
I expect
you're not going to be some weedy old British guy.
I expect him to look like the fucking Balrog from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That's why I was expecting.
That thing is like my expectation.
They could have done. That's what's annoying with the end scene.
Was like because obviously he's like portraying this like old British guy. So when he like revealed him as Ares, he'd literally just gone from that straight to the Ares armor with no face.
Right, so when he was
red eyes, no face, just the armor.
Also, can I just quickly say the CGI in this wasn't actually that great.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, I still loved the movie, and it didn't take anything away from it, but the CGI wasn't on par with.
I honestly did like though how he pulled all the metal from around him to make his armor.
Well,
it looked like freshly melted.
When the armor was there, the armor looked fucking
probably one of my favourite scenes of any movie for a while, and where it just gave me chills because it looked so badass, is when he had the helmet on and he made his fucking eye sockets. He got his 2 fucking fingers and just clawed them down his face. Looks so cool. But when the lava and the magma went down and there was no redness anymore and he was just in the black suit, pretty much, what they should have done is instead of just having him as he was with a black head on, all they needed to do was just a bit of CGI in his face to make it look like maybe his face was like black and like magmatized, like still a bit heated lava. Maybe put that mask over his face, that would have helped a lot.
I think maybe DC a bit worried like with the CGI because of the whole Suicide Squad incident. Because that fucking bad guy in Suicide was fucking terrible.
I really enjoyed just the little part where it's basically like the final charge of Wonder Woman versus Ares, where he basically just makes all them swords just basically like form out of the metal around him. All point and he gets one in his hand and they just fly towards each other. For me, that was.
I must admit though, like anything I have said to this entire review is nitpicking.
Yes. Otherwise, the film is absolutely fucking fantastic.
Do you want to talk about a lot of people picking on probably mostly Marvel fans, the similarities between this and the Captain America film?
Which one?
The only Captain America film, the first Avengers.
What do you mean the only? There's fucking 3 now, mate. So
Winter Soldier, bro.
Civil War.
Civil
Civil War is just a fucking Avengers film.
It's a spin-off Avengers
So,
film.
like, the first Captain America film is a group of soldiers, similar to this one, going to war, and then you got a hero who's strong, and then you've got, like, how does Captain America end?
In a plane.
Yeah,
but the thing is, no. Whoa. Right, but if anyone has a complaint with this, then go complain to the originators of the fucking story in the comic books.
It's not the comics. This is not like there's like a lot of this origin story is related. It's not related to there's no.
If you take these adaptations,
this never happened in the comics.
But if you take these adaptations, there's only one way it's going to turn out, and these stories will always be incredibly similar.
Can I offer a big counterpoint?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So what the entire thing? Captain America, in the plane, nowhere to go, nothing to do. It's gonna fucking explode, kill a lot of people. So he crashes it into the ice.
Yes.
Yeah, but that is everyone knows that's the part of the setup because he survives it essentially.
But I think the people are saying like
whereas what's it, Steve
Rogers,
yeah.
No, that's Captain America. Steve Trevor, sorry.
Steve Trevor.
Are you talking about?
We got similar names as well.
He flies it up with the full intent of that is a death.
Well, no,
are we talking about Dark Knight Rises?
The thing is, like, the point that people are making is like you've got a group of renegade World War soldiers, which you have in both films, and then you've got this flight scene where your hero or one of the heroes flies this plane full of deadly World War bombs, with no hope of surviving. That's what Steve Rogers did in Captain America. He didn't plan to crash into an iceberg and survive for 50 years. He planned to die in this plane, and that's what.
But explosions make everything better.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's fucking wrong. I'm just saying that's what.
Last thing, like how Ares looked at the end aside, the fight scene was great.
With it.
How they shot.
Ending.
How they shot that ending was really good. I love the miscommunication of them talking to each other before it went off.
Completely deaf.
Yeah. That was really well. And I did like the shot of the scene after that where she didn't hear what he said. I don't believe that's how I saw it. And he.
What I don't understand about that is though they had that conversation where she can't hear because a bomb's gone off, which is very accurate, and I appreciate that's a good thing to do because you wouldn't hear, so that's a good thing. But then later on, she remembers what he said. So
no. I don't think that scene is her remembering what she said. I think it's just showing us what he said.
Yeah, that's not her.
I don't think it's her going back over and reminiscing. I think it's literally just showing us.
Because basically it's the source of a burst of energy to fight Ares.
Because she remembers.
I think it's more of a. It's not like a flashback. Suddenly I can hear everything. It's a kind of like she worked out.
Yeah. Well, I guess so. Saying that, so like, what did he say? Just like I can end this war, but like
I can save today.
I can save today because
you can save the world.
Exactly. So I guess that is a very good catalyst of how she became the defender of the earth, pretty much.
But at the same time, though, it's a weird film because like this film goes on to Wonder Woman doing like at the end of the film she goes off to save. Well, she's in Paris. For some reason, I've got a problem with that. We'll get into that in a minute. But
how long have we got?
Well, like she goes off, she's like, "I'm going to save the world." But then when we meet her in Batman vs Superman, she's retired.
Also, how long is it between World War One?
Well, at the end scene where she's in Paris, surely that's definitely post Batman v Superman.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So she's back out of retirement because of the events of Batman v Superman. So
she retired, but this is what I mean. I don't understand because she came out of World War One, she saved the day, and then she retired.
No, so there's going to be definitely.
But when she's in Batman vs Superman, she's retired.
Let's look at how long she lives for now. So she's got World War Two, which she's definitely a part of, because Superman's not around yet. Superman doesn't arrive on Earth until the 60s.
Later than that.
Later than that, so she's got the Vietnam War then.
No, because Superman's now, so Superman isn't active till in the timeline.
This is in this
Man
new
timeline. Man of Steel came out in 2012.
We need to work out. So if you're in that DC universe now, you've got a gap between World War One and where Superman.
Well, that's the thing. So in this new timeline, she's done fuck all for it.
That must be
That's what
where
I mean. That's
Wonder
not
Woman
my point
operates.
is like she's come out with this like thing like, and he said, "Oh, I can save the day, you can save the world." And she's gone, "Yes, I can do." Beats Ares, and then goes,
I'm gonna mourn
"Okay,
my boyfriend
I shall
for
do
50
nothing
years.
until Batman and Superman show
Right,
up."
okay, so like it's not like Superman who essentially works for the American government. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Wonder Woman is not affiliated with any power.
Well,
She could have literally spent all the rest of the time just going around being Wonder Woman and so on.
Well, it's like just being up small
yeah,
criminals.
who not even small criminal, but just like basically people just like big situations getting beat the fuck out of by this woman who just shows up, smashes everyone's heads in, and then just leaves.
But in
So
Superman,
she doesn't have to be tracked. So at some point she might have gone. So there's like a period in that universe. There's a period of non-war from like no major conflicts from Vietnam to Superman being on the scene. So she has no need to be there. When Superman reappears, she comes out of retirement because obviously Batman and Superman are literally knocking the fuck out of each other, and it's quite a.
So
public
she just
event.
popped her head in and went, oh, fuck that.
Yeah, so she's probably shown up in that scene. I've not seen Batman vs Superman. She probably
What?
shown up.
No, I think-
she's probably shown up in Batman vs Superman because these two people are fucking leathering each other in a city.
no, but, like she shows him Batman Superman because like Batman sends her. She's knocking about for whatever reason, and she, like
Sends her a
Bruce Wayne
BBM.
sends her an email. So I know
AOL Messenger.
I know who you
MSN,
are,
mate,
sort of
Hotmail.
thing. And he sends that World War One photo,
Poked
which is
her.
at the beginning of the
Yeah.
film. And from that, she's then involved in the fight when Doomsday comes into it. She does nothing in that film until Doomsday comes into it. So Batman and Superman have had a fight. They're all resolved. They're friends now for whatever reason. Because Martha, mate.
Martha, mate.
And then
Why does it say
and then
that
Wonder
name?
Woman shows up with Doomsday. But so really, between World War One and Doomsday in 2016, she's done nothing.
I'm sure they will fill in a couple of the gaps.
They should probably do it because
I mean, it's like saying, so Aquaman. How long's Aquaman been knocking about? Do we know yet?
there's no timeline on that.
Okay,
Not
so
giving
he-
us a
he-
line.
but
he's essentially a god as well, isn't
Yeah,
he?
but at the same time, he's down in Atlantis.
But
He's not a
That's
god.
They don't give a shit about the upside up here. They're only busy with their world, so that's a separate thing. Flash is only just coming about in present times.
Yeah.
Cyborg's only about present times, so that's why Justice League is now this year.
I'm looking forward to the Justice League film now, like, quite a lot. And I just
You-
need to see.
In all honesty, it's worth watching Batman Superman because Wonder Woman's probably, for me, it was the best part of the film.
A complaint.
Batman's pretty good, isn't it?
A complaint.
I did love Batman, but I choose Wonder Woman popping up that film made it for me.
A complaint I've picked up, like, off people, not that not a complaint of mine at all, but a lot of people saying that she wasn't the right choice for Wonder Woman at all.
Who would you choose, though?
People were either looking towards the more Americanized version, you know, the big buffy black hair, pale skin version of Wonder Woman, or literally like a woman built like a big
I mean,
shit
she
I think
looks
it's
like a Wonder Woman to
I think
me.
it's-
I didn't look at it and go, oh, that's a bit. She
This
looks
thing-
like fucking Wonder Woman
This
to
thing
me.
with all DC casting except for Jared Leto with Joker because that just went really weird really quickly.
See, I saw
everyone says like the main sticking with the Trinity. Everyone fucking hated the idea of Ben Affleck as Batman.
No,
And he-
fuck you. I didn't. I thought I've made perfect
Most
fucking sense.
people, alright, okay, 99% of people, you being the 1%, Gareth, fucking hated the idea.
See, I was
It
seeing
is
Batfleck
fucking
from
weird.
day one, bitch. Right?
Everyone hated the idea of Henry Cavill as Superman. He's a pretty fucking good Superman.
It is a good Superman.
And I'm thinking now,
I didn't see that bad either.
now
Superman's easy. Just get a hot guy.
No, it's not. No. But now Wonder Woman's had her own film. A lot of people are like, oh, she's not big enough. She's not the right kind of build.
Well,
whatever,
China
blah, blah,
isn't
blah.
alive anymore.
There's no way. The thing is, like, there's no. The thing is,
Or a
like,
good enough actress as she was, in fairness.
the thing is, like, people don't
She
realize.
gave pretty convincing orgasms.
You got to think, like, there's no way you can cast an ideal person as such because, like, there's no way you're gonna find the ideal body type, the ideal face, the ideal characteristics in an actor for a comic book character. You've got to cast who you think is going to be best at the role.
Yeah, I think
And now
there's a lot of that.
Gal
But don't
Gadot
forget,
is now Wonder Woman.
don't forget, like people like, well, Batman and Wonder Woman especially. Superman's kind of like a standard like image kind of thing, where Wonder Woman has gone through stages where she's looked completely different. So again, it's dependent on when you got yourself into.
A prime example of this is like Hugh
That.
Jackman as Wolverine. Like no one will have ever thought. Like if you look at the character Wolverine in the comics, no one would have gone,
You know who's really good for this character? Hugh Jackman.
But now, no one could ever see anyone but Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He is Wolverine. So it's not about body size or type or face or whatever else. It's about who's going to be best as that character. And Gal Gadot is now, and will be for forever long, is Wonder Woman. She's fucking nailed that role.
Perfectly accepting of that. She's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Now we have seen Wonder Woman, and I think it's quite easy to see that we've all enjoyed
What I
it.
liked about it as well is that she didn't have an American accent.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
she did do a good job of staying consistent.
And
that could have gone south really fast.
I don't know enough about the actress, but I presume she can speak those languages she spoke in the film. I don't know if she just learned for the role.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a
She had a fantastic accent.
Not necessarily, because she's from Israel, I believe. So she might just generally be really good at languages.
Yeah.
She might just learn them all.
Oh, that little back and forth with the
With Sammy.
that was great with the different languages.
Yeah, that was fucking.
And then he's proper complex when she says it in language.
That was flawless.
Yeah, that was great.
And it's like that could be either learn or she could just generally speak them, because she's from Israel. She might just be able to speak that many languages. Because she's been in the Fast and Furious, she's probably just like a fucking American accent because she's an actress. But she could be, because she's from such a small country that's not really renowned for producing Hollywood stars, she could just know all those accents and all those languages. Yeah. And it's really nice to see.
Well, anything else to say?
Are we giving it a score then?
If you want to rate it out of something.
Martin, you go first, because you give quite a good, stupidly, understanding of what your daft bloody ratings are. So let me hear yours, and then maybe I can come up with what the fuck you mean.
7 platypuses out of 3 wooden bowls.
I would agree. I would say 12 walruses out of 57 octopuses.
50 plumbuses out of...
You have to say something real.
Don't make a mockery of our grading system, Gareth.
20 bourbons.
Ooh, I do like bourbon.
Oh, that's a lot of
out of 10,000 minstrels.
Do you like mint?
I mean, it's kind of equal.
Except them like £3 a bag.
It was fucking good.
A real rating, 8 out of 10.
Really quickly.
9 out of 10.
Really quickly, because fuck me if we got on about Wonder Woman, because it is that good. We have now seen Logan, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Wonder Woman. All 3 have we completely gushed over. Which one's getting your top spot out of the 3?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah?
Yeah. Logan was 2. It was good, but it wasn't.
I'm gonna say Logan for 1.
Mm-hmm.
No, Wonder Woman.
Fucking Logan got me in all the feels.
Wonder Woman, Logan, and then Guardians.
So I hate to say it, but for me it's Logan, Guardians, Wonder Woman. But I cannot tell you how close they are. Fuck me, I love all 3. I loved all 3 so much. But Logan will definitely be the top spot for me because that gave me the most reaction out of any of these films.
My thing now, if I had all 3 of these, actually pointing it this way. If I had 3 DVDs in front of me to watch any one of them.
No, you splash raffle Blu-ray.
Okay, Blu-ray then, Gary. Not from your shop.
Disney hate us, mate. You're not getting the fucking...
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I agree. I'll go Logan, Guardians, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Only because I've got a soft spot for Guardians.
Exactly, yeah.
And Logan was...
But that's not shitting on Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is so close up there and should be known as being one of the greatest DC films they've brought out.
Wonder Woman's my film of the year.
Yeah. It's been this year.
It's not mine, but it deserves to be in your spot for that.
This year has been the absolute flawless for superhero comedy book films.
Don't worry, Justice League's coming out this year, isn't it?
Spider-Man next. That's not
going to be flawless, but it's going to be good.
You don't need to watch it. Just watch the trailer. The storylines in the entire trailer.
Yep. I'm sick of seeing that fucking trailer. He played again during Wonder Woman, and I'm like, oh, this again. I get it. I think I've seen the film, haven't I?
Spider-Man does good. Tony Stark gets angry at Spider-Man. He fails, and he fights Vulture. He wins. You've seen the film.
You see that little team up, and so on and so forth. Yay!
Done then?
I think we're done.
Wrap this bad boy up. Well, we might be back. We're probably back at Spider-Man, I guess.
Yeah, soon then, I guess.
Yeah, because the only other thing we'll talk about is Pirate of the Caribbean. We'll talk about today.
Hooray!
Hey!
Tune in next week for The Mummy.
Yarr!
No.
Never The Mummy.
The original.
Tune in next
I love Brendan Fraser.
Oh, let's have a Brendan Fraser podcast.
Tune in next time for Transformers: The Last Night.
Tune in next week for Badger's solo podcast.
Bye.
Well, yeah, thank you for all your time, guys. If you want to check us out on the social media, we're on Facebook. Just look for The Pop Men, YouTube with The Pop Men, and we're on the iTunes check out our other podcast, which is going to be back soon. Sweet Rolls.
Yes.
The D&D boys are back in play.
I almost did it, but I'm not going to. You're going to go listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to Gareth.
Want to know what I mean? Go listen to it.
Yeah. We'll be back as soon as we can with more podcast mess. But say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.